Hello from my little perch on the stairs. I've taken to filming here lately because the Velux window that's just up here just has quite a forgiving light. So yeah, I thought I would film the second part in my documenting of getting adult braces. I'll link the first video below in case you haven't seen it. In that one, I explain why I was getting adult braces, and I also filmed just before and talked about how I was feeling, and I filmed straight away afterwards, and then I checked in for a couple of days afterwards. And today I wanted to talk about where I'm at 6 months later, and then tomorrow I've got a checkup. And so I thought I would bring you along with me and sort of chat to you about what they do and how that experience is. I've had one checkup since they were put on, and that was at the 3-month mark. So basically everything's been fine. The most annoying thing that really was the only thing that bothered me is that I have bite blocks. So on either side there's like a built up, I think like a composite material on some of my back molars, and that's there because I have, it's not an overbite, I can't remember the word, I'll put it here. My top front teeth almost totally cover my bottom front teeth if I bite normally, and so partially to correct that and also to protect these bottom braces and stop me biting them off, they sort of built up my back teeth. They also sometimes do it by putting like stuff behind your top teeth. And I found that having that, because I couldn't chew properly because my back teeth didn't meet, and I also couldn't bite because of all of the braces. Initially I found that really difficult. It really limited what I could eat. It was quite frustrating. I found them uncomfortable. They supposedly sort of reshape your jaw a little bit, and I feel like they sort of were a little bit kind of achy, if that makes sense. It wasn't terrible, it was just irritating. And a couple of weeks in, it was getting on my nerves, and I was thinking, I don't know if I can put up with this for however long. But by the time I went for my first checkup, which was 3 months in, I said to them, do you know how long I'll have the bite blocks for? And they said, don't really know until it's like changed your bite. And I was like, okay, fine. Because at this point, firstly, I'm used to them. Secondly, some of the changes in my mouth have occurred. And thirdly, they've worn down a little bit. And so they're way more comfortable than they were, and like my teeth are closer together than they were. So that's been the most annoying thing. I've also wrestled a little bit with discoloration. So I've got silver on the bottom and white ceramic on the top, and the elastics that are on the front of the brace, like around the front of each brace to hold the wire on. I think that's how it works. Those are clear, and then the actual wire is white. Well, the clear elastics, they discolor, and I was really good those first 3 months. I really cut down on my coffee. I went from having several a day to a couple a week, and I still noticed that by the end of that 3 months they'd discolored. I think to an extent they probably will anyway, but I felt that they were really quite like yellowy browny, coffee stained, gross, and it made me a little bit self-conscious. And I actually haven't been self-conscious at all after the first couple of days when my speech felt weird. I don't really think about it, and it's been quite sweet at school that some of the kids, when they've noticed, have been like, oh, you've got braces, and they've maybe told me some of their like brace stories. But yeah, I actually think I am less self-conscious with braces than I was before with my wonky teeth. Anyway, what I was saying is that the kind of yellowiness made me self-conscious. At the checkup, they removed the wires and the elastics, and they replaced them with different wires that do different things. So I got nice, fresh, clean ones, and I was like, okay, cool. This time around, I am not touching any coffee. I wasn't really supposed to anyway, so it'd been naughty of me to have any. 2 days in, I had a Chinese, and I did not realise that Singapore rice noodles have got turmeric in. So I ate, and I looked in the mirror and went, Oh, because I had stained them like fluorescent yellow. And that just stopped all my resolve. So I've gone back to drinking coffee because I was like, they are literally bright yellow. I don't think you can tell unless you're quite close to me. And this time around, I haven't been so self-conscious of it as I was last time. But this time, I promise, I will keep these braces absolutely perfect. Excuse this spot here. Anyway, so yeah, the discoloration was annoying. I don't know, excuse my gross 3-month-old braces. Can you see that the elastics are yellow? Maybe. So those are the negative things. The positives, I cannot believe how straight my teeth are already. If my teeth were this straight, I would not have bothered getting braces. I am blown away. I'll see if I can insert some footage from the last video to show you how they were. And so this tooth overlaps this one, and that bothers me. In contrast, this one overlaps this one, which I feel is more normal. I don't think they're awful. Here, can you see that my teeth, the dog moving around, can you see how those sort of step forward? And then this tooth is really far back. But look at that. These were all in front of each other, and that tooth there was like leant back. It's unreal. This is why I feel so much less self-conscious, because I haven't got like these wonky pushed together teeth. I have normal straight teeth, and the braces actually don't bother me at all. So I would say over the last 6 months, the odd day where they've been minorly irritating, I did notice when this tooth really started to move, I felt a lot of pressure there, but it wasn't painful. I think the only pain I had was sort of headachiness at the beginning. As I say, it was annoying having the bite blocks, and it did really get under my skin after a week or two, but then it got better. In general, it's been fine. It's been absolutely fine. In my experience, yeah, literally really not a problem. Just getting used to the whole thing. Getting used to cleaning them. You have to brush your teeth for longer. I bought a water pick so that I can sort of flush out the areas under the wires and between my teeth, because flossing is hard. So I would recommend that. That's been really, really useful. And I did have to eat a little bit differently and sometimes I still do, depending on what I'm eating. I like pull apart sandwiches because I can't bite them. The first time I went to Burger King, I ordered what's it called? The plant Whopper thing. And I thought, I can't bite into this. And I had to tear it apart, and I was just covered. It was so embarrassing. Yeah, maybe take a knife and fork with you places. But yeah, in general, really minor things, and I am so thrilled with the progress. Within a month, it was so much better. I could tell the difference so quickly, and I'm so thrilled with how my teeth look. I feel like I'm going to go tomorrow and they're going to be like, do you know what? This fixed, we'll take them off. I know it's not. The projection is 2 years. And I know that's to do with the bite. But in terms of the wonkiness, I mean, it's just unreal. So I'm really, really happy. And we'll see what they say tomorrow. So as I say, I will bring you along and let you know what happens and sort of an update of what's going on with my teeth. I'm here and I'm not late, which is remarkable. I'm really looking forward to this actually, and getting, more progress and new elastics and all of the things. So yeah, I'll see you afterwards. So all done. That took about 15-20 minutes, I think. They said they put a different material wire on the bottom and a thicker one on the top, so it's nice, all nice and fresh. They said it's all going fine, except this molar on the bottom has not moved at all. So where it had the power chain on it, they were like, it just hasn't turned it. And they said that's because it's not really got the space, and the brackets are touching the next tooth or something, so it's just not got the space, or I guess the purchase, I don't know, to turn. So they have they took the bracket off and they've put a spring to push the teeth either side out of the way a bit more, so then it can turn, and then they said those teeth will come back into place. So I've got a chain, can you see that? There. This tooth, I'll see if I can show you. You can see the bite block, and it's the tooth in front, and the line in the tooth is the other way. Can you see? I don't know. So they need that one to turn before they can put thicker wires on the bottom. That's it, the amount of movement on the bottom, you know. Having, as in, they're a lot straighter. The process of having the wires changed is fine. It's just a lot of pressure, like they push really hard on the tooth, and kind of you can feel like the rotating, well, I guess just a lot of pressure of them pulling the wires out, which is fine. It was more comfortable today than the last one. I think the last time my teeth were still a bit, not wobbly, but had a bit of sort of movement in them, and that meant that it felt a bit like tender, really, when they were sort of pressing that hard. This time I only had one tooth where I was like, that's a tiny bit uncomfortable, but really like nothing. So yeah, a lot better today, I guess, where it sort of settled a bit more. I said to them, what should I expect from this chain? Will it be uncomfortable? And they said, yeah, maybe a little bit, but it's not too bad. So we'll see. I can't imagine that I need any more than paracetamol, maybe not even that. Right now, it just feels different. So it's not, I can feel sort of pressure, but it's not, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. So I'm going to go home and have some lunch, which will be interesting with new braces. I haven't had to modify my diet massively. You have to avoid too much sugary food because it could get like trapped and then cause you know, decay and all the stuff. So, and sort of being careful about rinsing your mouth out if you have something that you shouldn't, brushing your, not that you shouldn't, but something you don't want sitting on your teeth, if that makes sense. And then sort of nothing too crunchy, so it can't like damage the braces. Nothing too chewy, so that it can't like get stuck in it and pull bits off and damage it, or sit there or get stuck or anything like that. So but largely I haven't really had to worry too much. It's mostly coffee. I've switched to water from squash because I'm a child and I drank squash. But with yeah, changing to water hasn't been a problem at all. So yeah, not too much of a change, but a little bit. But I was used to it very quickly. In fact, as I said earlier, the biggest thing was just not being able to eat very easily because of the bite blocks, but now those are better. Eating is just, it's fine, other than just the odd thing where I think, oh, I probably can't really have that. So yeah, I'm going to go home and have some lunch. As I say, these checkups are fine if you're thinking about getting adult braces. I actually find it quite satisfying to find out how it's going and sort of where we are in the process and all of that. So basically it's all just working on the bite and getting everything just right, because obviously those front teeth are pretty straight, really. It's just getting everything perfect, which is a long process. Otherwise all that crowding will just happen again. So happy days. I hope that this has been useful. I'll check in again a year on from having the initial ones, so in 6 months time. If you're thinking of having braces, as I said, hope this is useful. Leave me any questions about the experience. I'll answer them if I can, but I'm by no means an expert. Please like if you found this helpful, and subscribe for more usually bookish videos, but occasional teeth and personal stuff. I don't know. Anyway, I know that I wrapped up this video, however I just wanted to say this spring here is quite sore. It's just really tender. I'm now 2 days on from having it put on, and this side of my face is quite sore, and I just wanted to add that in rather than leave it as like everything is great. It is uncomfortable. So if you get a spring, it's not all rainbows and butterflies. I'm sure it will settle, but for now it's kind of certain foods are a bit sore. So yeah, that was all. I just wanted to check in. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.